guys, it's your boy from Call It Like I See It. We're a blog where we see past the BS and we call things exactly how we see it. You know, a lot of times these blogs out here have their favorite and they are biased towards certain things and certain topics, but over here we call it exactly how we see it, and we're coming to you with another story. Yes, we're going to be talking about JCole and Noname. As you may know, Noname called JCole out, and the people wants to know, was JCole right in responding to Noname? Was JCole attacking Noname? We're going to get into it in more details. Then we're going to turn around and talk about Miss Nene Leakes, the HBIC, a Real Housewives of Atlanta, allegedly being fired. Let's get into some things at this moment. Yes, you know JCole. He is a rapper out there. He's well known, popular. He talks about music, about politics, and different things in life. And, you know, he has a name for himself. People know who JCole is. You know, he's a lyricist, all that kind of things. And we have an upcoming black female artist named Noname. And how ironic, name Noname. And yes, and she has some things to say. She called JCole out for not protesting or not speaking out about the Black Lives Matter movement, or speaking out publicly on his page about the movement that's going on. And she called him out, and JCole responded. Where some people feel that JCole shouldn't have responded because he is a black man and she is a black woman. And some people feel that he had the right to respond because when you are addressed, then that gives you the authority to respond to whoever came to you with a concern or a problem. Where I agree with the people that feel like JCole had the right to respond. If Noname had enough energy to call JCole out on certain situations, then JCole had a right to respond in any matter that he felt need to respond, and I see no problem. Okay, let's get into it with what he said. This is what JCole said in his song that it is allegedly towards Noname. You know, sometimes the fan and the people like to make things into more than what they were. And this is what he said. Cole is saying, I'm assuming she's talking about me. He continues to say, just cause you woke and I'm not, that shit ain't no reason to talk like you better than me. How you gonna lead when you attack the very same in us that really do need the shit that you saying? Instead of conveying you holier, come help get us up to speed. It is widely assumed that the track is referring to the Chicago rapper activist Noname. And I do see that it's some blogs out here that is saying that JCole shouldn't have responded to Noname because that is a black man tearing a black woman down. And I just want to say there's one word that sums up that statement, and that's hypocritical. Noname was able to take the energy out of her day to address a topic and call someone out. Then that gives them every right to defend herself. But it seems like some people take a black man defending himself when a black woman calls him out as him attacking her. It's hypocritical. If she's able to call him out, then he's able to respond in any way that he feels like responding. As long as he don't put his hands on her, I feel that a black man should be able to express himself with whatever emotion that he needs to, just as we give the right to black women able to express themselves in any way they need to. So it has to be a fair playing game. It has to be equality on all sides of the spectrum. So was putting her allegedly in a song too far? And was JCole attacking her by putting her in a song? And I know that there's a blog out there by the name of Impressive TV, and she do a lot of topics about what goes on in the celebrity world, and she made this one statement that I did not agree with, and I feel that it is hypocritical. She said that she felt like JCole was doing too much by putting her in his song when there's so much things that is going on in the world right now. Where I feel like that statement that everybody like to use to deflect, saying there's so much things going on in the world right now, why would he put her in his song? Well, there's so many things that's going in the world right now, and so many other topics that could be talked about. Why did Noname make the energy to call out JCole for not protesting or speaking out right then when she didn't do her history and saw that JCole has spoken out on many occasions when it comes to Black Lives Matter? She used her energy to call him out when she could have said and talked about any other things. So what gives her a pass to be able to talk about and call people out when things like this is going on, but JCole don't get a pass because he is a black man? Why do we put the black man and the black woman on different standards when it comes to different things? When it comes to jobs and a woman doing what a man does, it's equality. But when it comes to a black man speaking expressing himself and defending himself when it comes to a black woman, then the narrative like to be switched to a black man attacking a black woman. It's so many other things that are going on in the world, but she used her energy to address JCole when she could have used her energy to address every other thing that's going on in the world. But when a man does it, it's a problem. I know some of you ain't gonna like this, but I'm just calling it like I see it. And Impressive TV is very hypocritical when it comes to the black woman and the black man. She holds the black man to a different standard than she holds the black woman. She gives the black woman a lot of more passes than she do the black man when it should be equality across the board. How can you sit here and say that JCole went too far and say he could have put so many other things going on in this world, but you didn't say that about Noname? What makes her so different? Right is right and wrong is wrong. Now, if the shoe was on the other foot and Noname put JCole and Kendrick Lamar in some lyrics in her song about them not speaking out when she felt that they should without doing the proper research to see that they have, then it wouldn't be a problem for Impressive TV. I feel like she would be like, when I feel that, her putting him in the song is okay. She's just speaking her truth. When do we decide what someone put in their lyrics? When someone is writing lyrics to a song, they are expressing themselves. It's supposed to be about things that they feel and what's going on in their life. Well, that was a part of his life when she called him out. So why does he have the right to respond? And the last time I checked, there are so many things going on in this world that you say that he shouldn't have put her in his song because there's so many things going on in the world where there's so many things going on in this world, but yet you still make a video covering Noname and JCole. Why don't you use that same saying that you saying for him for yourself? Why didn't you take your energy and cover something more important than JCole and Noname when there's so many other things that is going on in this world? And that's where I have a problem with, because there's so many biased and hypocritical bloggers out there that is so biased when it comes to certain topics that may have hit them more at home, but they're not being equal. Just like you saying there's so many other things for JCole that he could have done except for putting her in his song, where there's so many other topics and other situations that Noname could have talked about instead of worrying about why Kendrick Lamar and JCole didn't speak out when she felt like they should? Can somebody look at your neighbor and say, we call it exactly how we see it? And I feel like on this topic, Impressive TV, you are being very hypocritical. You're holding one person to a different standards than you holding the other person. A black man and a black woman in this day and age is equal, and they should be equal in every playing field. Not only equal when you feel like it's fit for them to be equal, and then not equal when it benefits you and your personal feelings. That was hypocritical of you to say that, because you did the same thing that you and Noname saying that JCole did. So many things going on in this world, but you decide to choose. Just because things are going on in this world with Black Lives Matter doesn't mean other topics and other things are not going on as well, and that we should ignore other things and other topics. You didn't decide to ignore this JCole and Noname story, did you? So give people the same playing field. Be fair all the way around. And this is called it like we see it. Instead of talking about Nene on this take, I'm going to do a separate video discussing Nene allegedly being fired from Real Housewives of Atlanta. And yes, can we all agree that a lot of these bloggers are so biased, and that we need some more real bloggers out here that's going to call it exactly how we see it, that's going to call things exactly how it is, and not going to sugarcoat things to have certain relationships with certain people, or to make one group or the black woman superior than the black man, or the black man superior than the black woman. And let's stop this, and let's be equal all the way around. Until next time, guys, this is Call It Like I See It, a blog where we see past the BS and we call it exactly how we see it. If you want to be a part of the Seers group, subscribe. Go ahead and hit that notification bell, and we'll catch you on the next go around.